Fish Friday. So information on Cory cats. These are Corydoras arcuatus. They're skunk Cory cats, is their common name. I have 5, along with this Corydoras bloki. The only reason I have him is because one of the skunks died, and they didn't have any more skunks at the store. And what they just did there is he went up to go get some air, because Cory the cats are labyrinth fish, which means they can get oxygen by doing just what he did, going up to the surface. You gotta keep Cory cats in schools. I'd say at least 5 or more. The more the merrier. If they keep them by themselves, they might do alright. I've done it, but they're definitely not going to be as active as you see it right now. They also like to hover around in the mid section of the tank sometimes. Always looking for food. One thing you gotta know is they're best to be kept in small size gravel like this, or sand over here. They really like to dig in the sand. If you can keep them in larger gravel, it just has to be smooth. They do have barbels, which can also get infected. You can see them right there, little whiskers. Most of the time, the reason they're worn down, it's either from bad water quality, which I think is even more important than the second reason, which is, your gravel's too rough. Because I've kept them in pretty rough gravel, and there have been studies that have proved that that's not the problem. It's really the water quality that brings in the infection. And we have a cherry shrimp. You can keep these with shrimp too. They might eat the eggs, but they're fine with just the shrimp. Kind of cool how they swim around together like this. They like going in the current. They love a planted tank. And you can keep them in a dirted tank like this. They won't dig too much. The food you gotta give them good food. You can't just let them feed off the leftovers. New Life Spectrum wafers are good. Omega-1 shrimp pellets. There's even a Cory cat right on the front. And they also do Omega-1 veggie rounds. I find it helps that you break the food up a little bit before you throw it in. It'll just start dissolving a little faster so they can get at it. I also use this long chopstick to break up the food a little bit, smash it against the wall just to get it going for them. Otherwise it's sitting in there and then they just kind of let it rot. And there's also many different types of these Cory cats. There's probably 100 different varieties. Most of them are pretty hardy. These skunks have been pretty good, other than 1 to 2 deaths, which is expected. It all depends on where you get them or what your source is. Panda Cory cats are known to be pretty difficult to keep. They're sensitive. The most hardy ones are albino, peppered, green. Any you see at places like Petco or PetSmart are usually the hardy ones. You can see his long whiskers there. It's always a good sign. Maybe he'll start digging here. He loves to dig in the sand, this guy. Nope. he's going away. They also like to sit up on leaves. I've seen them sitting, you know, way up here on tops of these, top of these. So they're pretty entertaining to watch. It's just kind of hovering right there. Sexing them is pretty easy. Males are just much more slim. Females are a little bigger and plumper. And if you're going to do gravel, I recommend doing what I did here, just having a little sandbox for them. This is where I feed them actually, in this little area. So that's why they're kind of hanging out. They must be hungry. And that's all the info I got on Cory cats.